two really, 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 really good teams. Chase, as good as the Eagles are, there are still people who have doubts. But this could be one of those remove all doubt type of games. It's a beautiful morning. Would a win, Chase, would a win with the Eagles, would it prove they're the best team in the NFC?
You said two really, really good teams. I don't know if Philly is really, really good.
Okay.
So, no, absolutely not. A win would not prove that they're the best team in the NFC. The best team in the NFC, without a doubt, is the Detroit Lions. And I don't care about Jared Goff's 5 interceptions. I don't care about that they barely beat a team that they shouldn't beat down there. I don't care about that. For me, Philly is not battle-tested. And you could say, and I will say, that Philly really does not have a quality win. And I'm not even talking about the Green Bay Packers. When you compare their schedule and their wins this season, the Eagles have beat the Saints, the Browns, the Giants, the Bengals, the Jaguars, the Cowboys. Like, I would say the Packers middle line. We're not sure. The jury's still out on the Packers. Then when you go to the Lions, okay, the Lions have the second toughest strength of victory. Look at those teams that they've beaten, right? Packers, Texans, Vikings, you would say, are a good team. Cardinals are in the first place. So they are battle-tested. Now, it's not to say Philly's not a good team.
Of course.
But when you're talking about the hierarchy in the NFC, and we do this a lot of times with the Chiefs, it's the Lions and then it's everyone else. In my opinion, because they haven't shown versus good teams.
Okay, that's fair. It's fair.
What they can do. Now, I will say to your point, because it's true, you look at it, they're not battle-tested. To your point, if they go and they beat the Commanders tonight, then I'll put them in that Lions category, but I still think the Lions are above them.
So I guess that's the question for me on this beautiful, beautiful Thursday morning. Because to me, James, it's like,
I don't like how you just said that.
What happened, dog? You
In
didn't like
the
that?
NFC, it's the Lions
That's
and
how
then
I feel.
everybody.
If they can beat the Commanders today, that tells me, like, you're clearly the best. Why, Chase? Because equity has to matter. TJ, equity has to matter. Like, what you have consistently done over the course, not just of 1 week, not just of 10 weeks, but of 10 months, not just of 2 weeks, but of 2 years, that has to matter. So if the Eagles have not only been consistent years ago, but then have been consistent this year, that has to matter. I love what Nick Sirianni, head coach of the Eagles, said. He said, we're not trying to win 12 games. We've done that already. We're trying to win it all. Like, keep in mind, the Detroit Lions just got good yesterday. And the Detroit Lions ceiling of the last 30 years isn't even the Eagles ceiling of the last 30 weeks. Let's make no mistake about it. The Eagles were in a Super Bowl just 2.5 days ago. So when I really think about those two teams, whether it's Eagles, Lions, if the Eagles do beat the Commanders, a good team, that does solidify for me, James Jones, like the Eagles are better because equity matters to me. The Eagles are now the best team.
So you're just saying win, like, by 1 point?
Yeah, if they get that dub.
Okay. It depends how it looks.
Okay.
Because lately the Philadelphia Eagles have been beating people down, right? And trust me, I've been watching the Lions. The Lions are a really good football team. But if the Eagles continue to play the way they can continue to play with beating people down the way they done beat down their last 3 out of 4 opponents. Like, it ain't even been close. And I understand strength of schedule and all that, but you play who's on the dang schedule. And whoever's on the dang schedule, whether it's on the road or whether it's at home, you play them. And if you beat them down, they're in the NFL too. They get paid on every Tuesday too, right? It's hard to win football games. We just seen Jared Goff throw 5 interceptions against a Houston team that the Packers beat up on. So it is hard to win games. If the Philadelphia Eagles can go out here again and dominate an opponent, a good football team, I'm going to say they're the best team in the NFC. They know exactly who they are. They are going to go through Saquon. Their quarterback is a better winner than Jared Goff, so I will put him up there. If they had to play each other, I'm probably going to take Jalen Hurts to win that game, and they are playing big-time defense. Right now, their defense is playing better than the Detroit Lions defense. If they can dominate this game, I would say the Philadelphia Eagles are the best team in the NFC.
Just so I know.
Just so you know,
for tomorrow when we come in here and we talk about this, because we are going to lead with this regardless of what it is. What is a dominant win? Is it 6 points? Is it 7 points? Is it 10 points? Like, I just want to know your...
Oh, it's double digits for sure.
Okay.
Yeah, it's double digits.
That's fair.
Yeah,
That's fair.
12 or more for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Just want to make sure.
Yeah, no doubt.
Right.
The Eagles can win this game tonight. They can't touch the Detroit Lions.
Let's go. I knew I liked TJ.
The Eagles can't touch the Detroit... Like, what my eyes tell me.
Oh, eye test.
Like, you watch these two teams play, and it's not close.
Close from where?
The Detroit Lions are by far a better football team. When is the last time you've seen a team have 5 interceptions?
Yeah.
And it really should have been 4 because of Hail Mary. But it was 5 interceptions. 5 turnovers and still win the game. That doesn't happen in National Football League.
1970, I can tell you.
That doesn't happen. And so the Eagles have gotten better. They've improved defensively. Yeah, they can run the ball with Saquon. They have the names. They have all the guys that you would think would make them a better team. But when I watch football games, the Detroit Lions, the Eagles, who are their 2 best impressive victories? The Packers and the Bengals?
Yeah.
And so when you look at the Lions, they've beaten everybody. They both lost to the Bucs, but my eyes tell me the Detroit Lions I'm talking about, it ain't even apples and oranges. It might be apples and beans.
Yeah.
Like the Detroit
Lions, everybody else.
The Detroit Lions can run the ball. They'll throw the ball. Like,
what can the Eagles do?
Same.
They can do this. They can do the same thing, but I don't know. They can't throw the ball with as much efficiency as the Detroit Lions. They cannot.
But that's tough to say they're not battle tested because they ain't really played their best football. They turned the ball over 3 times against the Packers, won that game.
Yeah.
They beat the brakes off the Cincinnati Bengals.
Right.
We've seen these 2 Ravens-Bengals game, and we are very high on the Ravens. And the Eagles went into Cincinnati and said, bop, 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 bop.
I mean, that was a 17-17 game in the fourth quarter.
What was the score, TJ?
The Bengals don't have a defense. It was 17-17.
It was not close. It was 30-something to 17.
37-17.
So what we talking about
Did you say
close?
the Eagles haven't played their best?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
Look. I'm glad you brought that up because it gets me to my next point about Jalen Hurts in that defense. Because I will say, even though I don't think a win could vault them past the Lions, just because I believe what the Lions are doing the last really 2 years has been special. But Jalen Hurts, since week 6, he's in the MVP conversation. He's 5-0, 16 touchdowns, only 1 interception. The dude's playing at a crazy, insane rate. And it's because his pass attempts have gone down. They're asking him to do a lot less than what they asked him pre-buy. And because of that, they found their identity on the offense. And that identity is Saquon Barkley run the ball 30 times a game and Jalen go be a winner, which we agree at this desk that he is. And then go look at what Vic Fangio has done since week 6. They're the top defense in every single major category. They're holding teams to 122.6 net passing yards per game.
So I'm confused then, Chase.
Yeah.
And y'all got to be confused too.
No.
He said way up here.
Way up here.
Because I say this because they are beating up on bad teams. That's great. A win does still not vault you past it. I want to give the Eagles love, but I also want to call a spade and say they have not played anyone.
Here's my thing, though.
These guys are the worst teams in the NFL that they played.
What we can't do at home, and we can never make the mistake of even doing in life, is when you injure yourself and then complain about what you overcame. Like, TJ, imagine a world where you driving down Pico Boulevard right outside of Fox at Century City lot, and you see my car stuck in a ditch. And you see me getting the car out the ditch. Like, after what happened? Well, I got myself in a ditch, and now I'm getting myself out of it. I should get no credit for getting myself out the ditch. Why are we giving the Lions credit for throwing 5 picks and winning? They threw 5 picks, 4 legitimate ones. I'm not going to be like, wow, did you see what the Lions did? Yeah. They threw 5 interceptions and still won. Or you just don't have to throw 5 interceptions. Or you could just
there's going to be games like that, dog, where you don't play your best and you still beat a contender on the road.
And that's a great point. Jalen Hurts has still had games. Jalen Hurts has still had games where his floor isn't 5 interceptions. I'm incredibly critical of Jalen Hurts. You are as well. Shady's the only person usually who's not. And even Jalen Hurts' floor is not 5 interceptions. It might be 2 picks and a fumble. You remember against the Cowboys, Jalen Hurts didn't play well in the opening part of that game. It might be a red zone turnover, but it's not 5 interceptions. I just think the Eagles can once and for all tonight prove they are exactly who we think they are, and that should be what it is. Underdogs against the Bills.
It's very, very simple. Absolutely. The Kansas City Chiefs shouldn't be underdogs in no game. Not while you're sitting undefeated. They have not lost since Christmas of last year. I don't know if everybody know, but at Starbucks and all that, the Christmas cups is out already. Christmas is a month away. Christmas is here. They ain't lost since last Christmas, man. It's about to be Christmas again. People starting Christmas shopping already, man. They shouldn't be underdogs in no game. I don't care how the Kansas City Chiefs look right now, how you think they look, how you think they defense playing, how you think they offense playing, how you think they coach is coaching. They are undefeated for a reason because they know how to win. I don't care what building they going into. I don't care who coming into their building. They should not be underdogs in no game until they lose a game. This is absolutely disrespectful to Patty Mahomes, to Andy Reid, to Chris Jones, to everybody over there in the Kansas City Chiefs building. It is disrespectful. They should not be underdogs in not one game, especially while they undefeated.
I don't think it's disrespectful. And I'll tell you why. Because I actually think that Patrick Mahomes and the Chiefs, I think they like it. I think they like being underdogs because of everyone in the media, including ourselves. So we all we do is talk good about the Chiefs. This gives us something to talk about. And quite honestly, Mahomes, this is the 15th time. I want to make sure we got this right because I looked this up. This is the 15th time the Chiefs have been underdogs with Mahomes as a quarterback. 15 times in his career. In those 15 games, well, 14, he's 11-3 straight up. Like there's no issue at all for them. Like, do you think they're sitting around the locker room, because I know Andy Reid, and I've been in the locker room. Do you think they're sitting around the locker room and be like, hey, man, we're 2-point underdogs. We got to go out there. We got to prove the world wrong. No, they're worried about themselves. They're worried about one play at a time. And I know this with Andy Reid, and that's why he's one of the best coaches of all time. He could care less what anyone thinks, including Vegas, outside of that locker room. And that's, for me, the biggest issue is he goes like, hey, Wednesday, we're doing base downs. Let's just focus on base downs, right? Put the horse blinders on Thursday. Let's focus on third down. Friday, let's focus on red zone. Let's get on that play on Saturday, go kick the Bills' butts, and come back home, and let's do it again. Lather, rinse, repeat. So for me, it's not one of those issues to where it's disrespectful, because we know how this ends. And I get it. I get it. Like, you're going to bring someone on its desk is going to bring up, well, you know, Mahomes is 1-3 versus Josh Allen in the regular season, plays 3-0 in the postseason. So for me, this really doesn't matter.
Yeah, I'm that guy that's about to bring that up.
I knew it. Good job, Colin. Good job.
They're not disrespected because Josh Allen has had a lot of success versus the Chiefs in the regular season. And the Chiefs, if we can give a boxing analogy, they're winning these games by split decision, majority decision. They're not knocking teams out. They're eking by. Like, they reading the scorecards out as 115, 112, 114, like, you don't even know who's going to win the game. And so they have 7 one-score games. That's why they're the underdog. And even more, you said they're 11-3 as underdog.
Yeah.
Against the spread?
Yeah.
They're 12-1-1. Mahomes is 12-1-1. I'm not gambling. But if you're a gambling man, you're betting the house on the Chiefs because the odds say they're going to cover. But Josh Allen has had so much success in the regular season versus the Chiefs. Yeah. And the Chiefs have not been impressive in their victories. They're undefeated, but they're skating by, and eventually they're not going to get this split decision. It's going to go the other way eventually.
I think I've never disagreed with a person more than I just disagreed with TJ. Because TJ, big dog, like, split decision means you are leaving it up to those to the side that weren't in the ring. The Chiefs don't leave it up to the people in the stands. They don't leave it up to you or me. They don't leave it up to you watching the show at home. The Chiefs don't get lucky. They create their own luck. When I think about what the Chiefs have done week after week after week, and I will remind y'all exactly what they've done week after week. Remember, week 1, Isaiah Likely, that's a toe. That's creating your own luck. Week 2, that's a field goal versus the Bengals. That's creating your own luck. Week 3, that's a 4th down stop versus the Falcons. Week 4, it's a 3rd and 11. Justin Herbert has to have it. That's a sack. That's creating your own luck. Against the Niners, this would have made it a 1-point game. That's creating your own luck. Then you blocked the field goal last week. That's creating your own luck. The Chiefs are not getting lucky. They are creating their own luck. If you make the Chiefs an underdog, that is to have the false assumption that the Chiefs have lucked out these victories. They have not gotten lucky. They've made their own luck week after week after week. I can't recall a team that has so frequently made the game-winning play, and the Chiefs consistently do that.
So do you think they're being disrespected?
1,000%.
They are.
So
because
okay, so let me rephrase that because you both said, yeah. Do you think in the locker room they care at all.
No. If anything, motivation. If anything, motivation.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
And it's odd
Because as a player, like I never paid attention to it.
It's not like the Bills are a world beater of a team. Like that's the crazy part. The Bills, they don't even have an impressive victory. They're maybe over the Cardinals first week of the season. But it's because of
they haven't played a lot
what Josh Allen has done against Mahomes in the regular season. And that to me is the biggest thing. Josh Allen in the regular season, he plays well against Patrick Mahomes and the Kansas City Chiefs. Creating their own luck. I mean, I don't know if you can continue to get lucky game after game after game. And so,
do you think the Chiefs have gotten lucky?
Oh,
if
yeah,
so, what
yeah.
games?
I mean, they've had certain calls go their way. We rarely see field goal blocks in games. We rarely see that.
So you're telling me that's luck?
No,
because you've been in a couple.
No, it's not luck. You're making plays that rarely happen. Like a blocked field goal. How often do we see them in the National Football League?
But to me, if somebody is consistently making the plays that rarely happen, then it's no longer a luck thing.
You know what I think too, Acho, though? Is when you're undefeated, it doesn't matter. We always feel like we're going to win. Oh, they chip shot field goal. We feel like we're going to win. A lot of people would have just said, oh, we're not even going to rush. This chip shot game over.
Correct.
They rushed because they're undefeated, that confidence, that ability in their mind to say, we're going to find a way, even though this may be the last play. That's what helps them, is that self-confidence and that belief.
T, you a big boxing fan, T, right?
Mm-hmm. Love it.
I don't know how many times Floyd Mayweather done into that ring of underdog. You feel what I'm saying? Right? My man is undefeated. My man know how to win. You know when to get rough. Floyd Mayweather going to deliver.
Yet, though.
You know he ain't going to. They ain't lost in a year, T.
No, the Chiefs aren't.
However they win by 1 point, by 30 points, they ain't lost in a year. They the most well-coached team in the National Football League. To say a team that has lost a couple of games, right, and that's not as good as you, especially record-wise, is favored, that's what you call disrespect. Vegas, I don't know if we ain't lost in a year, man.
Man, they looking at what Josh Allen has done in that regular season versus Kansas City. It has to be.
Yeah.
Well, why else would they be the underdog? Vegas is not in the business of losing money.
I'm not a gambling guy at all. Like I know Shady, he's not here today, but he's really you too, because y'all are back there. You know what I mean?
I'll make some bets.
So Bills are favored by 2, and I just found this out this morning that you get 2.5 points for home field advantage. Correct. So on a neutral field, Vegas thinks that they are
the better team,
0.5 favorite. So does that change your decision on disrespect, even though it's Highmark Stadium? Like it's, you know what I mean?
Listen to what I'm trying to. I'm gonna talk quiet because this is how I do my kids. Listen, listen.
Okay, I'm gonna listen.
I ain't trying to yell and do none of that because communication.
Losing your voice?
They ain't lost in a year, though.
Yeah.
1 year, like Christmas last year, bro. Like you and your wife probably Christmas shopping already.
We shop. Oh no, not
and
me.
They ain't lost in a year. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And they play the toughest schedule every year. You know why? Because they go to the Super Bowl. So it ain't like they playing bummy teams. They done beat the Chargers this year. They done beat the Niners this year.
Yeah. No. I got you. I just don't think it's
the Ravens. We could keep on going down. They beating people, and you're underdogs, and you 9-0. Look at me, man. Look.
Oh, yes, Dad. Yes, Dad.
What up, YouTube family? Welcome to the facility. Thanks for watching, and you better be sure to hit that subscribe button if you want to get more highlights from the show and all of our exclusive content.